This is, see that? See that? That's how you know you have curly hair. Is that? That's how you know. That's the giveaway. Don't tell anyone. I give up. I whatever. So, welcome to part two of why you'll go big and become the dark goddess in the flesh in 2025. This new year coming up is going to be huge in more ways than one. First of all, 2024 put you through some shit. It put you through the rigmarole. It put you through a lot of things. It had you making decisions you've never made before, good and bad, that were scary and some that were exciting. It really took you to the depths in a lot of ways to meet parts of yourself that you have not yet met. And it has forced you to transform yourself and make decisions on who you need to be going forward in order to create the life you want. So when you start to align with your inner divine, you start to feel an electricity in your life that makes it more exciting. Everything feels more passionate. Everything feels more driven. There's more motivation to do things. There's more desire to do better and to raise your standards for yourself and for your lifestyle and what you want from life and to demand more from life and to expect more and have bigger, brighter, broader ideas about how you want to live, who you want to be, what the point is, what your standard is, what your goals are, your reason for getting up every day, your raison d'etre, your just the point of it all, the whole point, the purpose, the process, all those things light up and just ignite when you step into who you are meant to be. And when you align with your inner divine, you realize that you are creating everything that you want in your life, and more to the point that you can create whatever you want in your life if you want it bad enough. But you have to really want it. You have to really go for things. You have to really push yourself past your boundaries, past your fears. You have to push yourself into a realm that you've never been in before. You need to get in a room with bigger players. Put yourself around people who have made it, as it were, and put yourself around people who are living the way you want to live. When you look at your life and you see, pick 5 or 6 of the people who are closest to you and or are the most influential in your life, and ask yourself, okay, now where are they in their lives? Okay. And you give yourself an idea, right? A rundown. And you say, all right, now, is that where I want to be? Or do I want more? The question that 2025 is asking you is, do I want more? Do I want more? Is this it? Is this the best it's going to get? Or do I want more? Do I want to go further? Do I want to go deeper? Do I want to demand more of life? Do I want to create more? Do I expect more? Do I have higher standards? All those things. But the main question is, do I want more from life? And when you align with your inner dark goddess like that, she's going to ask you those questions, and she's going to say, okay, who do you want to be? Or can you accept it? Can you accept that that's who you are and who you want to be? Can you accept your power? Can you accept that you've always had this power since the beginning, but you're just now letting yourself accept it and deal with it and use it? And also, are you ready to be able to look around you in your life and look at your surroundings and look at your environment and your atmosphere and see everything as something that can add to your life? And can you look around at everything and say, I'm part of the universe. I am part of that which has created all this. Therefore, I have no reason to be afraid. Once you realize that you're part of the thing that has created all of this, so in a way you're above it, quote unquote, for lack of a better way to put it, but because you're part of what created all of this, you're an extension of the creator, a creatrix, if you will. And because of that, you have nothing to fear. So your fear goes away when you step into this new role as a dark divine in the flesh on this planet. Your fears go away. All the bullshit stuff that you're not sure about, that's gonna subside and that's gonna fall by the wayside because what the fuck? You don't do you know what I mean? Like you don't need to be afraid of anything. That's you made all this. Like your higher self that you are extended from created all this. So what's there to be scared of? Let's say you have a manager at work and it's a man and he's we've all been here. He's intimidating you and making you think you got to do certain things that aren't really within your scope, and you're supposed to be. I had a manager when I worked at Ruby Tuesday years ago. The one, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, on Newtown Road in Virginia Beach slash Norfolk. It was on the Norfolk side, that Ruby Tuesday there. And the manager, there was Phil, and then there was the other guy. What was the, nah, not Dante, but I feel like it was a D name. And he made his rounds in there until he got somebody to clean the toilets. And I was the hostess, and he came to me and told me I was going to be cleaning the toilets. And I had never cleaned men's bathroom before. So when I got in there, I threw out the plastic thing that holds the urinal cakes. I threw it out because I was like, whatever. And he got mad at me because I threw it out. I had no idea. I shouldn't have been in there. I shouldn't have been cleaning the goddamn toilets, but alas. So they have you, when you're in a situation like that where they have you thinking you can't do anything because you have to do as they say, and they hold shit over you like that or whatever, and really have you like backed into a corner with dumb shit that doesn't matter. Once you shift your thinking and put yourself, I don't want to say above, but for lack of a better way to put it, just to keep it simple, put yourself like mentally above them and say, no, I'm the goddess in the flesh. I'm the feminine divine in the flesh. I'm a walking creatrix. I made all this shit. I made you. I made you. I made this. I made these trees. Your higher self created all of that, but you're connected to your higher self. So y'all aren't necessarily separate. You have some blockages between the two of you, but you're not separate. So when you're in a situation where somebody's trying to really like dominate you or whatever the fuck, as if you can remember, okay, well, I made this world. So I'm not afraid of you. Whatever, bro. Fuck you. Your fears go away. So because you realize there's nothing to be fucking worried about. Also, like I said before, and I've said this in other videos, if you know anything about genetics, just like the basic shit about chromosomes, they can't live without an X chromosome. Obviously, they have to have one. When the embryo is in development and it's going to, decide, if you like, if it's going to be a boy or a girl, the Y has to destroy one of the X's. What it really is a mutated X because it's missing one of the legs, right? Which makes it a Y, like physically when you look at it, right? That being the case, they have to destroy a part of you in order for them to kind of be their own thing. But at the same time, they have to leave the other X there or else they can't live at all. So there's trouble there because they try to get rid of you, but they can't. They can't afford to do that. So they got to leave the other X so that they can just live. So there is no getting rid of you. Do you see what I mean? Does that make sense? There's no getting rid of you. You're there to stay. Every human that is alive and walking and functioning properly on this planet has at least one X chromosome because it's necessary, or you wouldn't live. There's no one walking around with two Ys or three Ys, whatever. They wouldn't be a complete human. They only have like 80 things on their DNA. It's decreasing over the generations. The Y DNA makeup is decreasing. It used to be way more than that. It used to be 100 like a while back, and now it's like down to 81 or some shit. And then the X chromosome has 1500 something. I don't know what the word is. Not marks, but characteristics on it. So it's got more than enough. It's got more than double what it needs to create a human. So the X chromosome, one X chromosome on its own is complete. It has everything. But you make two, you have to have two in order to have the human grow fully, um, into a girl anyway. So, but one X chromosome on its own is complete. So when when they start that domineering shit, don't worry about it and don't let it bother you because you created them. Period. It's in the science. It's in the petri dish. You can watch it play out. You can see it. So please don't let that get in your way. But 2025 is going to be about asking yourself who the hell you want to be, asking yourself the right questions, and stepping into the real you. The real you. This is after you've left behind all of the bad feelings about yourself, the old habits, how you've been talking to yourself in the past, anything that you know that when you look at yourself is not quite right or not quite helpful, it's time to kiss it goodbye. It's time to kiss goodbye that old version of you who just isn't going to make it through. The old you served her purpose for whatever reason to get you through some situations. She served her purpose and she did her thing the way she was supposed to, and had her characteristics and features and qualities about her that got her through a certain situation, be it survival mode or whatever else. And that's fine. That's fine. But we're not doing survival mode anymore because that's not a good way to live. It's not prosperous, it's not healthy, it's not happy, it's not relaxed, it's not pleasurable, it's not anything. So survival mode, and also not necessary. So survival mode is out, and the identity of you that went with the survival mode is also out. She has to go. It's time to let her go. Her habits, her fearful habits, her self story, the things that she was telling herself about herself, the way she talked about herself, the way she carried herself, the way she thought about herself, the way she thought about the world around her, the way she saw herself in relation to others, all of that shit is done. 2025 is going to be about going all in, okay? And going all in is in making the decision to either be a baddie or not. Either do it or don't. This is a time when it's time to just make the choice. Just gonna make the choice. Make it. And this is your time to decide that you're going to be passionate and live authentically, and be in touch with your true self and let your inner divine feminine run the show for once instead of your inner wounded masculine or whatever it's been this whole time. If you study energetics, you'll know what I mean. We've all made that mistake. I've made it too. Don't stress it. If the things that I mention is highly likely something I've either done or been through. So don't feel attacked, please. But this is your time to just go ahead and make the decision that you're either going to be a baddie or not. And that will be up to you to decide. You'll know. But it's not about being ready, and it's not about thinking, well, I have to, I have to, work my way up to that. And because that used to be my mistake that I would make. Well, I have to work my way up to that. My business coach, Leanne Lopez Mosley, who is amazing, by the way, but my business coach, I listened to one of her trainings last night. Her stuff, I'm so glad I invested in her. She's unbelievable. So glad I invested in her. But I was listening to one of her trainings last night that blew me away, and she said that for an offer suite, like on my website, you go on there and look at all the things I have to offer, right? All the services, the offer suite. She said, when you have your offer suite, you're not going to have different levels for different people in your world. All of your stuff, all of your services, all of your programs are only going to speak to your ideal client who is ready to go all the way and be a badass with you and ready to go hardcore. That's your ideal client. And that really hit me hard because I've had other business coaches say, well, you need to have something for entry level people. You need to have something for people who are kind of in the middle. You need to have something for people who are willing to pay you thousands, who are ready to go in, all in, blah, blah, blah. And that makes sense. But The way Leanne said it, I was listening to her last night when I was in the tub, and what she said when she was like, "No, have all your programs be for someone who's ready to take it seriously, or fuck off." And I just, that I really had to take some time to really let that sink in, because I thought, yeah, damn. So I'm using that on myself. Her advice, my business coach, she's unbelievable, but I'm using that advice on myself. And and I'm saying to myself the same things I say to you, which is, okay, 2025 is going to be about going all the way and just like blowing it up and being a full blown baddie bitch, or nothing at all. That is it. Do you understand? That's it. That's your options. That's the option I'm giving you. That's the option I'm giving myself. That's the option Leanne is giving me. So that's it. That's all there is to it. And I'm learning, a lot from her about how to communicate what I want to communicate to you, and how to build the right things for you as well, so that I can serve you better, and just watch you go straight to the top, and and watch you build the life of your dreams, and have your spiritual power, and have that magic in all the parts of your life, to where you can benefit from it, instead of uh, letting everybody else benefit off of you, and you not knowing who and what you are, basically. Put it that way. Okay. So that's the message for that. This is it for now. I think I've channeled enough for this video. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate that. I can't see who it is, but thank you. There's a little thing that's blocking you, but I can see a little bit. So I think that's it for this video. I've channeled what I'm going to channel. That's it. That's the message. And basically, like I say, 2025 is the year that you say, fuck it, I'm going in hardcore. I'm going to be a baddie or nothing, bad bitch, or get the fuck out. And that's it. That's what I'm going to do for myself, which is why I invested in Leanne, because it's all or nothing. Your life is worth you making a big decision like that, and to trust yourself, excuse me, and trusting yourself to pull out your badassery is paramount here. And knowing that you have your own back, and knowing that you are passionate enough to want to be authentic, be fully you, ignite your life, electrify your life, and live your life fully, and raise the bar for yourself, and raise your standard, and make it worth your while. I know that you can do all these things, and I know that you want those things. So the next year coming up is going to be your chance to just say, you know what, it's all or nothing. I'm either going to be a fucking badass, or I'm not, and the time is now. The time to start is now. And that's it. And I'm going to leave it at that. So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate everybody. I see the comments and stuff a little bit. I have things that are blocking it. It's hard to explain, but that's it for now. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please message me or comment or something. Get my attention somewhere, so we can talk. And I will put my website in the link for YouTube here. Instagram, y'all know what to do. TikTok, y'all can comment somewhere. TikTok, I'm going to apologize. I had to cut off the messages for everybody, like where everyone can message me. I had to cut that off because I had so many fake, not baby daddies, what's the word? Sugar daddies messaging me, that it was getting out of hand. So I had to cut that off. But you can just comment somewhere and get my attention. But that's it for now. Thanks a lot. I hope this helps. I hope this has ignited you and lit your soul on fire and all that other good stuff. And I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.